Greetings and good morning, Milwaukee. You are listening to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. Not just a show, this is a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness, keeping your heart pumping with positivity. It's Heart Day. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Good, get on up. Get your love in. So listen, we've been cutting up this morning already. Like it ain't even good in the morning yet, and we are in here cutting up. But listen, it's Heart Month, y'all. So today we're going to be talking about just the things that you love, how to spread love, how to keep your literal heart healthy, how to keep your figurative heart healthy. And then we've got Dr. Subtle Robinson coming in to talk about the connection of your feet and your heart, like from the top to the bottom. So jam-packed show today, but let's get right into it. There was a show that I used to watch called The Actor Studio, Inside the Actor Studio. And he used to ask the same questions to all the actors. And he would say, what sound or noise do you love? So I'm going to ask y'all that this morning. What sound or noise do you love? What kind of music do you love? We putting some good energy out in the world today. What you love?
Well, sound-wise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because this musician, coming from the language of love.
That's it.
Okay, talk to me.
Sound-wise, I like the sound of the ocean.
Ooh. Yeah, ooh. Are you a water sign?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So ocean. Okay.
Yeah, ocean.
Okay.
I just love the sound of the ocean. It's just like when I need to get into that place of calmness or just relaxation.
Yeah. Put your wave machine on. Okay, I'm feeling that.
Loud through the Bluetooth speakers.
I feel that.
Turn off all the lights and go to sleep.
See,
but
turn off
for me.
Look. If you're getting down, it's Valentine's Day, y'all.
Stop it.
I do.
Said it. Turn them off. Okay.
Similar to him.
Mm-hmm.
I just love a good rainy day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the temperature just right where you crack that window a little bit.
Look at y'all.
You put the fan in.
But the other sound, my main sound that I love to hear is the sound of that paper, boy. That paper, boy. When you counting and it's crumbling.
20, 40, 60, 24, 60.
24, 40, 60.
That right there do something to me. I don't know what it do, but it do something.
It do something to you. And now, are you a water sign?
I am not. I'm a Taurus.
Okay. Well, wow. So I love the crackling fire. Right. I'm a candle girl.
Very, very, very warming
and
settling.
I go to sleep with like the YouTube, right, the little crackling, right, and then so that's my jam. But we gotta surround ourselves with like the things we love, like make it a point, because those things make a difference in how we show up. I like to say, spread love is the SsALI way. People are like, why you always so happy, so positive? Listen. There's enough negativity in the world. I'm gonna let somebody else do that part. So when I can spread love, and like Tabitha Brown says, if you can't have a good day, don't you go messing up nobody else's. I'm like, all right. Now, how does this relate to health? Doing the things that you love actually keeps your heart healthy. So I'm gonna do the homework. I'm gonna do the numbers. Heart disease is common. 1 in every 5 deaths in the United States is caused by heart disease. 1 in 5. That means if I count us off up in here today, one of us is going to pass from heart disease, which means we got to start protecting our heart, right? So how do we do that? Get your blood pressure checked, right? So I'm going to yell at you a little bit since y'all all in love today, probably cupcaking. I love it. Listen, I love cupcaking and such.
How is it possible that I forgot that it was Valentine's Day today as I was getting out of the car to come into the station? My wife, as I made it to the steps, she said, happy Valentine's Day. I said, oh, baby, I forgot. Happy Valentine's Day.
You never admit that you forgot.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
No, you're supposed to be like,
no.
Because I got something planned.
No.
Be like, baby, I just wanted you to think I forgot, baby. But I got this.
See, let me clear something up.
Okay, clear it on up.
I've been married 29 years.
So every day is Valentine's Day.
No, but my point is, she know when I'm lying.
True. That don't mean she don't still want to hear. That don't mean she's
but my point is, it's better for me to say, Honey, you know what? I was so busy this morning, I just completely forgot to say it to you. But I did say we'll do something when we both get off today. We'll do something later on this evening.
Or you could just be like me. Just break up with him.
Break up with my wife, man.
Break up with him and then come back the next day.
Right?
Yeah.
Start an argument on the 12th.
You know you left the tissue on the floor.
You know I can't stand that.
But I guess subliminally, maybe I did because I was fussing this morning.
I
was fussing.
Boy.
And I guess that's why she said, oh, by the way, happy Valentine's Day. Oh, yeah. I didn't give no kind of love this morning. I was
on that foolishness. Look, you got time. You better stop by one of these pop-up baskets in the parking lot.
We pass all of that. We don't, truthfully, we don't really celebrate this stuff. We in love every day.
Oh, yeah, I'll be hearing that, but also,
Mano, you're in no position to talk, man.
Hey, he out here. Listen, this man got bouquets on deck. He was like, I need to order 7 bouquets today.
But that's no way to live.
What? Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, you must be ordering for your mom and your sister.
Yeah, that's what we'll say. I'm with you.
Yeah, we gonna say that.
Yep, you right. The orphanage. He makes sure they get flowers on today.
Everybody got to get a flower.
Ladies, y'all come check on Ride Out, okay? Y'all come just stop by the studio.
That's streetcar today. He's streetcar.
I'm trolling today, baby.
Of course, I love y'all. Love all y'all. Nearly half of U.S. adults have high blood pressure, which puts them at risk for heart disease and stroke. Just 1 in 4 people with high blood pressure has it under control. So listen, we laugh a little bit, but I want to make sure that I underscore this. This has a cost. $252 billion was spent between 2019 and 2020 on healthcare services, medication, and lost productivity. So if you are one of those people that always pushes things off, you push things off, use these holidays like this to remind you to get back on track. So take care of your real heart, but then take care of your heart. Like, find some joy, find some moments of levity, send flowers to everybody you know, and that might boost your blood pressure. Get you some cardio exercise. I mean,
there's gonna be a lot of breakups today.
Listen, what you got to do is you gotta get that game. So you know what? Rookies and amateurs buy 12. When I buy 1 rose for you because you the one. I just gave you that free game for free. That game is free.
Talk your talk,
because you the one. Because you the one. Talk, you don't need a bouquet. It's just you. You are like a treasure. I love it. I was online and one of the people I follow said, it's Valentine's Day when you go to Walmart and there's no Alfredo sauce. I'm like, that little shrimp, that little bam. But what we eat makes a difference too. So like, are y'all the kind that cooks?
Oh yeah.
For the ladies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when I got that special one.
With the 1 rose.
Yeah, I'm going to go all out.
Right. You making Alfredo?
Yeah. No, I ain't making Alfredo.
Okay. What's the dish what's your go-to dish?
Well, for me, it depends on, how I'm feeling.
Okay.
I would do Salisbury. No,
that's my chicken leg.
See if
she about it. Okay, but a little less on Salisbury steak because it is delicious. Like with the little dehydrated onions, like it's just
out the box. Hungry man.
It's a little warm on the outside, still cold on the inside. It's the mashed potatoes. Like it. But in all seriousness, what are y'all cooking?
Steak,
what are you eating?
Steak.
Okay.
I'm doing steak. I'm doing seasoned asparagus.
Ooh, asparagus.
Yeah, I'm doing seasoned asparagus.
Yeah.
And some nice garlic mashed potatoes.
Now, are you cooking? Or are you picking that up from the picket side?
Oh,
Come on.
But listen, I come from a family of 9.
Okay.
And
so y'all be burning some skillets.
Oh yeah.
Y'all be making it happen.
Now, I ain't saying that I didn't burn up some stuff every now and again.
Fair.
Going to that because you gotta,
fair.
Test and try.
This is true.
But
this is true.
I figured that I conquered the steak thing, put it on the grill, let it grill real nice and juicy.
Man, get you that cast iron.
Man.
Get you that cast iron. No, I would say my go-to meal is a little bit different, and it's for different reasons. I want to see how you interact with the pizza, right?
Pizza?
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
You get a pizza. Make it a thin crust or a deep dish. I want to see, do you go to pick up your fork and knife, or do you just get in there? It's like a test, right?
Man, Doc, we call us French. We Doc, we getting
right?
in there.
I mean, that's are you trying to eat it with one? You can't eat pizza with like one little, but it's a test, right? And then you got the cheese pull.
Lord have mercy.
Then you got the Italian band that comes at the violinist. Like, that's a beautiful moment, right? You allergic to the love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, it is. I turned you off. I turned you off. I didn't want you to accidentally.
Right, because he was on that Teddy Pendergrass over there.
But the real test with pizza is, for me, is do you get the outer piece or do you like those inner squares?
Okay, so that tell me you on that Detroit style, that Rocky Rococo style, right?
No, the inner squares. So
yeah,
I don't do it. I'm talking about
the Ned's pizza style. Got you.
Hub's pizza.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What do they put in that pizza?
Love. They put love in it.
Listen,
and deliciousness. She said deliciousness.
If Hubs, if you're listening, my name is Ebony. You put that pizza in a heart shape, you have locked down Milwaukee Market on Valentine's Day. It's a wrap. It's done. But I don't know it's the cheese. The cheese is very special. Shout out to Hubs, a Milwaukee staple. Shout out to Ned's. Yeah. I haven't been to the one on the south side. No, I don't know if there's still
only one left, isn't it?
Yeah, that's off of 27.
Yeah,
but you can't even dine in anymore. It's just kind of like
you got to carry out
window. You order ahead of time and you walk up and pick it up. You can't go in. Well,
I think they put.
And now I'm in the car trying to eat. Like trying to eat
the sauce dropping everywhere.
Yeah, it usually doesn't make it to its destination.
Right. Shout out to Ned's. And it's on occasion, right? You just can't have the Ned's pizza every single day. Not good for you.
But I hear that all of the food groups are there.
Right. Listen. So again, it's how you build your pizza. If you're putting pineapple on it, we have a problem. Okay. I'm judging you. I'm telling you that I'm judging you. We're not doing pineapple.
I lived in California, man. That was the way to get.
Go get a fruit salad. Go get a flatbread.
No.
But don't.
Got everything else. But that pineapple just takes it.
Yeah, it's like a different texture. It's like a different.
It's not. I tell you what, it's not something I would do every time I got a pizza. But when I want a twist, I'm gonna get me some pineapple.
You know what it's sounding like? It's sounding real. Raisins in the potato salad. It sounded like I don't do it all the time.
Wait a minute.
It's a real stove top.
I can't believe you went there with
when I want to shake it up, I put some raisins in them.
Wow, did she say raisins in the potato salad?
We're not doing it.
For me, with the pizza, I don't use regular pizza sauce with mine.
Okay, give me the recipe.
So I would use either Alfredo on my pizza or barbecue sauce.
Ooh,
and
fancy.
When I tell you, it is the greatest. Events in man has ever made. Putting them things together like that.
I might have to give it a whirl. Give it a whirl.
Alfredo sauce with the pizza.
Yeah.
Or barbecue sauce.
Yeah. So you the reason they know Alfredo in the Walmart.
Oh, yeah, probably. I bought them all.
So let me ask you this. Since you mentioned it.
Yes.
What is the main reason we as African Americans don't want raisins in the potato salad?
Because it don't taste right.
Let's see.
Depending on
it's just a no. I'm trying to my brain is like, why would you ever?
That's like putting, that's like
it's just no
mustard on.
Like right, you're trying to think of the other outlandish connections.
So why does grapes go in chicken salad? Or pecans or walnuts.
So you're gonna get an opportunity to do that foolishness one time. Bring those grapes in your chicken salad, and then you'll be like me for the first 30 years of my life. Hey, you bring the plates. You bring the plates and the silverware and the sodas. You bring the sodas. Ooh, they love to make me bring the sodas, y'all.
bring all the napkins.
We talked about that one time, Ebony.
Right.
What does it mean when they tell
bring
you
the sodas?
Yeah, just bring.
And
the
I'm
cups.
like, so do you want me to bring like a Sprite, a Coke, and an orange soda, orange crush?
Just bring yourself. Just bring yourself.
Right. I mean, so show some love to your families, to go grab a pizza tonight. I think if we really look at what's going on around us, I feel like the family that's going to share the pizza tonight together, you don't need to go out to the restaurants and make a big deal out of it. Spread love every day, and let people know you love them. Like we got to a place in society where we stopped showing love, we stopped giving daps, we stopped just being kind, showing love. So let's get back to that, especially today. You can get back to being hard grills, mean mugs tomorrow. But today, smile, spread some love. To get back to this heart disease, one of the things that I've been working on, I shared with y'all, I'm in the fitness piece and I'm trying to get buff and working out and doing all that. But I have started to let stuff go. When I tell you, I made a promise to myself this year that I would do more things that kept my heart calm. Oh, I meant it. Yeah. I found that people will poke a little bit, like when they know they can get under your skin. And the gift you give yourself is relax, let it go. Don't make everything top of the criticalness, top of everything needs your absolute passion. Fall back. I invite you to love yourself today. Like, let it go. Stress kills. I'm gonna say that again. Stress kills. And the things you allow to like stay on your heart, stress you out, those things are bad for your heart. So don't do it. Fall back today. Spread some love. But what I do want to leave you with before we go to our first break is some tools that you can use. So it's Heart Day. It's the day of love. We're spreading love. We know that our community has a crazy large amount of folks with heart disease. So I want you to grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write these apps down. Heart and Stroke Helper app. Okay. The Pulse Point Respond app. Hello Heart app, and Cardio, spelled QARDIO. We're going to talk about why keeping those apps on your phone and close by are important, why tracking what your heart is doing, how you're sleeping, and what you're eating makes a big deal, so that this time next year, you're getting that love. You're listening to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. Not just a show, this is a movement. I'm EBONY SsALI. We'll be right back.
Forward with the beat of the drum. Come and experience We Are the Drum, a vibrant celebration of the African American journey through music, song, and dance. Performances run February 21st through the 23rd and February 28th through March 2nd. Tickets are $15 in advance and $20 at the door. Order your tickets at CapitolProductions.com. Visit Torrance's House of Threads, 7732 West Burleigh, or Milwaukee Marshall High School. Come see why we are the
Welcome back. Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. Not just a show, this is a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness, keeping your heart pumping with positivity. I'm EBONY SsALI. I want to know what y'all got going on today, Milwaukee. 414-444-5250. Let me know how you're spreading the love, how you're sharing the love. How are you taking care of you and your loved ones? What are you doing today to keep it interesting? Let me give my public service announcement. On this show, we keep it PG and we keep it PC. Okay. I don't want to have to go to explain anything that is shared on this show. So when you call in, keep it PG to my HR department. Keep it clean, keep it cute.
What are you doing over there,
Keep it clean, keep it cute. 414 PG and PC. 444-5250. It's a day of love. Happy Valentine's Day. We've been talking about heart. We've been talking about taking care of yourself. Y'all hear me? I'm a little nasally today. I got my flu shot, my COVID shots. And I'm going to tell y'all know how I be going in on Right Out, right? Y'all listen to the show. And I thought about him as I couldn't breathe and trying to grasp for life in one nostril. Eye is crazy. But I want to be healthy for the people I love. Right Out. That stuff have folks laid out.
Man, get you some car liver oil.
2 scoops of that castor oil. I know.
Father John.
Right.
I know. We gotta stay vaxxed up. So I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you. Get in, get your immunizations, get your COVID, your flu, your RSV. Because it feels like everybody's been sick like the past, 2 months or so. So I'm trying to get myself together and stay on the healthy side. So if you hear me and I sound a little stuffed up, your girl is recovering from my back. It's funny though, because my people were on me. They were like #SnottySally. I had our little piles of tissue around. They're like, that's not hygienic. You're right. Let me spray everything down. So again, go get your vaccinations. You might be down for like a day or two. But it's worth it. It's worth it in the long run. So we're talking about heart. We talked about the sounds you love, the foods you love. How do you show love? So love languages are a thing. Y'all know about the love languages, right? Okay. So do you know your love language?
I know mine.
Let's go. What we got?
Mine is touch. That's
like the number one, right?
Yeah,
ooh, look. So folks who have physical touch, shout them out with a massage. Yeah. Get them a gift card. Let them go get a massage. Yeah. But get in there with your Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
You put the Luther Vandross on and make it happen. Debo, you know your love languages? Money. He said cut the check.
Everything money.
Is that gifts though? Like when people give you gifts? Is that how they show you love?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
I love that. Okay, we got to call it. Greetings and good morning. Happy Valentine's Day.
Good morning.
Greetings. I'm doing well. It's a day of love, so I'm feeling it. Welcome to Community Heartbeat.
This is Kathy, and I just have one important advice for people.
Okay.
I'm going to ask that people look at, of all ages, grandkids, nieces, nephews over 18 who have their own places, whether they rent or own. Please get renter's insurance.
Okay.
Renter's insurance costs about $100 to $150 a year. You can pay it all at once, or you can pay it monthly, $9, $10 a month.
Okay.
But please get that. I have 3 or 4 people I spoke with who had incidences, and one person I advised to get renter's insurance about a year ago when they had a problem. She not only blessed me, wanted to take me to lunch because they had an incident in their place. And the insurance company put them up at a hotel. She was so grateful yesterday telling me about the incident that she didn't know what to do. I said, you don't owe me anything. I said, I'm just giving you some advice. So
now,
please,
which incident are you talking about yesterday?
Someone had renter's insurance, and she was blessing me yesterday when she seen me at work because I advised her to get renter's insurance because she had an incident before. And I said, well, get renter's insurance. They cover all that kind of stuff. So I'm just telling people, please buy some renter's insurance.
No, I hear that. To your point, I would even say, insurance for your personal property, but life insurance, because the thing is we all eventually will leave this earth. But how we leave others, I think, is also a gesture of love. So I think when we think about the beginning of life and we shower people with gifts and care and concern, that's a part of life. But also thinking about how we leave this world and show our love and our compassion and our care for people after. So I agree. All the insurances, health insurance, life insurance, it's all
you're right
up,
about that life insurance. I think a lot of people way before they was doing this, what do they call this, going online and asking people for money. Our families always have had, life insurance of some kind, but I know people like to say they don't have the money for that and stuff. But if you look at what you're paying for other stuff, maybe it's snacks, you can cut back, maybe, not give up, cut back on nails. There's different things, man. There's a lot of different things we can kind of cut back on a little bit or maybe pay less for. But life insurance is very important, and it's not for old people. It's for all ages.
It's for everybody. Last
time I checked, there's all ages passing away. Even kid crib death. I mean, there's all types of stuff. So, like you said, life insurance and renters insurance. That's very important. That's my number one thing.
Now, let me ask you this. So, in addition to making sure that people are covered is a way to show that you care for them, what's one thing that maybe your family, whether it be a tradition, whether it be just a custom in your family, that's not monetary, that's not like, how does your family show love together?
Oh, we always help. Well, I don't go into Valentine love. Okay, I'm not going to get into that because I don't do commercial stuff. You need to treat me no matter what time of year it is. Sure. Okay, so I don't get into Valentine's Day or all that kind of stuff. It's not my deal. I'm always going out to dinner anyway. I sometimes I don't even want to go to dinner. I go out too much for dinner. I enjoy it, but I don't need Valentine's Day for dinner. But what we do is just family in general. We always get together. I tell them like every 2 or 3 months, let's get together. Everybody have a dinner at each other's house and stuff. Talk about what your daily thing was, what the kids been doing, what's going on with the nieces and nephews. So try to get an insight so we can keep up with each other. What's going on? What have you been doing lately? And try to do a group event where I'm trying to get some family now. We're going to go see We Are the Drum at John Marshall. So I'm looking now. Okay. Early this morning, I said, okay, if I get these here, we get the tickets. I already made some calls. I said, that's all. We can go as a family or friends. You could be a family. Let's kind of get together, even though you're an adult now. Let's still try to do a family thing, not just doing Thanksgiving and Christmas, but try to stick together with each other, see what's going on. If somebody may need some help with a clean out of the garage, maybe somebody broke an arm or a leg. Okay, well, we'll delegate people to do that without paying any money to them.
I love that. I love that.
Just helping each other out, keeping up to date on what's going on with each other. So, you can do that every 2 or 3 months if you want to. Even my niece and nephew, I say, okay, Auntie Kathy, we're all going to get together on this day here, meet by Mom's house, my house, or let's meet at a restaurant, and let's just see what's going on with everybody, keeping up with them. Because people start to cut back and not tell you what's going on in their life as you don't get closer to them,
I
adults
agree.
or children. So we need to kind of keep up to date on each other, what's going on, and give a phone call out, to shout out. I text somebody. I say, hey, how you doing? Just checking on you. And my mom would do that every morning. She would call before she passed away and make sure we're all up. Now, we know we're all up, but we say, okay, we'll do it.
You still let her wake you up. Well, listen, I appreciate you calling. Keep listening. Keep calling in. We appreciate you sharing your love with us. And I'm agreeing with you. You don't need one particular day or one title to tell you how to spread love. Do that every day. So I appreciate you. Thank you so very much for listening. She mentioned a few components that I definitely want to talk about a little bit. It's not always the I love yous, the verbal, right? Some people need that. But listen, telling somebody that you'll show up and help them clean out the garage, that's love. Okay, that's love. And that falls under, we were talking about the love languages. You should look that up. Spend some time in that self-awareness, that self-building. Write out, you share yours is touch. Mine is touch and quality time, right? And that's how people show that they care. This is my time. We're gonna talk, we're gonna laugh, joke, even for friendships, right? Like, we all get busy. I've owned a couple businesses. I'm working out here, doing all the things. But making time, right? This is your happy hour. That's why I think I like happy hour. It's like, this your time to chill. No, you don't have to answer the phone. And that's how I show love. And that's how people show love to me. So the love languages, go find that. For me, that's what builds your other heart. So not your physical one, but the one where you feel like you are a part of a community, a part of a family, a part of a relationship. Find what those love languages are and nurture those. So talk back to me, Milwaukee. Tell me what you got going on today. 414-444-5250. So there are 5 love languages. I wanted to pull them up. And I know I'm off topic, but I'm going to bring it back together because that's how I roll. One is acts of service. One is quality time. One is gifts. One is affirmations. So if you have people in your life that need to hear words to feel love, that is a particular love language too. So keeping that in mind, give some time to think about how you show love. Greetings and good morning, caller. Welcome to Community Heartbeat.
Yes. Good morning, Miss Lady. Excuse me. I tuned in late, so I didn't get your name.
I'm Ebony. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Ebony. I'm doing quite well. How about yourself?
Doing well. It's a day of love, and I like to spread love, so I'm good today.
I can feel the vibes.
Yeah,
I can feel the vibes.
Yeah.
And good morning to Jermaine.
Good morning,
and good morning to Mr. Devo.
He's holding it down, being very professional. He.
I know he don't like talking to me. That's all right, Mr. Devo. I was going to ask you about that pineapple pizza, man.
Right. Listen, it's a flag on the play.
Yeah,
when I throw the flag, like, no. Do you put pineapples on your pizza?
No.
Okay.
I'm not Hawaiian. But anyway, Devo, if you like that pineapple pizza, man, you should try the one that comes with prunes and habanero peppers.
You're wild. Now tell me what mind state when you walk in and you're like, not the Sicilian with the onions and the green pepper. I don't want that. That's nasty. I don't want the meat lovers. I don't want the cheese lovers. Give me that prune and pepper pizza.
Yeah, habanero peppers, and you better be at home.
Right.
And you should have a lot of toilet paper and a fire extinguisher.
So our gastrointestinal professionals love that. It's gonna clean you right out. What it's gonna do is it's gonna clean you right out, and you will be a new person, a new creature.
But I'm a new kind of animal.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you who's the master chef though.
Okay.
And that's Jermaine. Jermaine, he's the master chef.
That's what he said during the break.
Yeah, he can whip up some macaroni and cheese. It's out of your mind.
That's right.
Hey, Jermaine, tell him about your macaroni and cheese.
Hey man, macaroni and cheese with a little bit of cottage cheese in it.
What?
JT got jokes though. He got jokes.
What?
Oh, no,
but we don't like the mac and cheese?
Oh no, I love macaroni and cheese, but when Jermaine make it, he puts so many ingredients in it, it turns out to be macaroni and cheese and soap.
It's more of a casserole.
The kids love this macaroni and cheese because they can take a bath with it.
It's more of a casserole. It's more of
macaroni and cheese soap.
Macaroni and cheese soap.
I just want to come in and say good morning to all of you, and I want to thank Jermaine and Deepo because they are the best.
They really are.
Favorite people.
They
are
really are. They really are. So we appreciate you.
Everybody have a good morning. Okay, enjoy the day.
Thank you much. We appreciate you. Keep listening in. That is hilarious. It's but you gotta try it though. You gotta try the things together and see what it looks like. I think food is a way our community shows love too. I feel like movies like Soul Food, those movies were successful because it was like, this is a way to showcase love. This is how our families love. And I think if we look historically, even when we had nothing historically, we had everything because our families would gather around that food. I think that's why holidays like Thanksgiving for us, it's that family connection. It's how have you been? Like the first caller, Kathy, shared, it's getting together, sharing moments, caring and being concerned about what your family's doing and going through. So I love that. Keep spreading love. Keep spreading those traditions. I think in our community, there are so many things that we can share that don't have monetary value, right? So to her point of it's more commercial holiday. I don't need the jewels. I don't need the cards. I don't need all of those things, but intentionality in showing care for the things you love is extremely important. So make sure you're doing that. Give yourself, though, the self-love of releasing a lot of stress. It costs nothing to say yes and costs nothing to say no. When I say that, I mean say yes to the things that you actually enjoy and get your heart pumping. I love museums. So this weekend, I have one of my favorite museums in Chicago and the planetarium. So one day I am going to the planetarium and one day I'm going to the museum. That's how I share love for myself. That's something I love to do. It puts my mind in a different space. And then I'm gonna eat some good steak. Y'all know about Perry's Steakhouse? It is the best. So when I'm in Chicago or I'm in Austin, Perry's is the place to go. So you won't see me there tonight because I don't want to fight the crowds. And I know it's a couple first dates on the move. I'm not trying to infringe. Get your love on. But I will be there this weekend enjoying my favorite meals and the time that doing the things that I love to do. So what else are you doing for your heart, for your mind, for your spirit? How are you showing love for that? So I mentioned saying yes. Say yes to the things that you absolutely love. Say no to the things you don't. I made a practice after heavy therapy. Listen, right out. Last year, I needed all the therapy. I was like, hi, it's me again. just trying to work through this. One of the things I worked through was why I say yes to so much that I don't want to do. People pleasing, right? So this year, I've learned how to say no. And so I take a beat and I'm like, no. I shift responsibility back because what I've realized is that as women, we take on a lot. As Black women, we take on a lot because we feel like if we don't do it, no one will, right? I'm like, welp. That's been the word I've been welp. And that's okay. Like, no one gave us, and I'm talking to my type A. So my type A personalities, come on close to the radio. Get close. Lean in on Facebook, lean in on YouTube. Type A's, I'm talking to you. We don't have to save the world. We personally, EBONY SsALI is not responsible for saving this entire world. And that for me is the number one stress reliever. Because I wake up with my list. I'm like, today I am going to like 30 things on the list. Some things won't get done. Release it. You don't have to save the world. And I was like, what, to write the check payable to who? Because that is worth the price of admission. So figure out the things that could potentially be stressful and figure out how to reduce those. And for me, look, it was just the no. And no is a full sentence. No, and let me explain to you why. And no, well, I'm not trying to be mean, but no, my answer is no. Okay. So use that word, yes to the things you love, no to the things that don't work, and be okay with that. That's a great stress reliever, great for the heart. We're talking about good food, though. On March 19th, Outreach Community Health Centers is sponsoring Dine with Docs. Now, how do y'all feel about shrimp fried rice? You like shrimp fried rice? You love it? You like chicken fried rice?
Yes.
Okay. We like a good Benihana steak, that chopped steak.
Yes.
Okay. Well, on March 19th, Outreach is going to be in the building. And guess who's going to be whipping up our shrimp, our chicken, our steak? Doctors. So doctors throughout the city will be cooking for the folks that join this event. And it's going to be slamming. So surgeon by day, on that hibachi steak by night.
Chef Boyardee by night.
So Don's not cooking?
You know, I think Don's going to cook in the summer. We're going to give Don the opportunity to cook in the summer because we love him in that role. You like how I did that? I put that all together.
You really
yeah.
should have been a politician.
She cold.
I love all y'all.
That really well.
I love all y'all. No, it is going to be a magical evening. Last year, I think I got home, my cheeks were hurting because I was smiling so much. But to see these doctors, these physicians from throughout the city. So We had some from Ascension, some from Freighter. We had our own Dr. Settle Robinson, who'll be joining us shortly. She was on the grid and cooking, and then serving those who are at the table. So it'll be a good time. March 19th. Go to ochc-milw.org to find more information on that. Dine with Docs, Wednesday, March 19th. Check it out. Coming up on August 9th, we have our Community Health and Resource Fair. So spread the love there. If you are a community partner, if you are looking to share your resources with the community, we want to see you. So you can go also to the website, ochc-milw.org, and you can find out more, register to be a sponsor, register to share some giveaways with us, but we'll definitely be sharing our love back to the community for taking care of ourselves. Couple other things in the news I just want to touch on. We talked about getting your vaccinations, but y'all heard about this lead poisoning?
Yeah,
at
crazy.
MPS. I don't love that. I don't love that.
That's crazy.
I don't love that. I did reach out to the commissioner, and hopefully he will be able to join us in a couple weeks just to talk about it. But they do have a plan. So here's the issue that Milwaukee Public Schools is having. We have a ton of old school buildings, and those old school buildings have paint on everything. It's not just paint on the walls. It's paint on the windows, paint on the pipes, paint on the furniture, paint on the bookshelves, paint everywhere. And now that paint is chipping. And when the paint chips, it has the chemicals in it that are spreading. So Milwaukee Health Department is working to collect samples. And it's about, what did he say, like an 8-hour process at each site for each thing. So they're testing the water, they're testing the pipes, they're testing the walls, the floor, right? They have to swab all of that. Then they have to test that. So we're finding out that more people have elevated lead in their blood as students, as participants in the Milwaukee Public School system. Outreach Community Health Centers does provide lead testing as a part of the well child process. So if you have a child that's in MPS, they're 6 and under especially. So this is going to be the first group that we're looking to target, is that 6 and under. Why? That's where the brain development is happening. That's where you get a lot of the challenges. So they're not ignoring the others. That's just the component that they're looking at to get this thing started. So we'll talk more about that in the upcoming weeks as we work together. Because again, this is one of those things that's going to take us all to resolve the problem. So we have a caller. Greetings and good morning. Welcome to Community Heartbeat.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm blessed. This is Angela.
Hey, Miss Angela. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. And yourself?
Doing well on this day of love.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you.
Same to you.
To Mr. Rideout, to Mr. D-Ball.
They in here just spreading the love.
I hear him. I hear him.
Spreading the
but
love.
Anyways, like with Rideout, like for me, I have a CD that just has waves of water that I listen to when I feel like stress coming on. I throw that CD in, and that's how that relaxes me, to get my mind back right.
Yes.
And then another thing is, like with you saying that you using the word no, I was never able to use that word. I would always say yes to people, please, anyone. But now this year, it's all about me, baby.
Yes.
It's no all around the board.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, but I cannot do that. No, ma'am. No, sir.
Because
So
saying no to some of those things means you have more bandwidth to say yes to other things, right?
Yeah, but right now, 2025, I'm saying no to everybody about everything. It's all about Angie this year, honey.
I love
it's
that.
All about me.
So was there one thing that got you to that point, or was it just over time you're like, you know what? No.
Yeah, it's just over all the years that I've been doing, helping a lot of people, even people that's been close to me, even not a family member or a friend or an ex-lover or whatever it was. I just said this year I'm not doing nothing for nobody. I'm doing it for me.
And have you found, because listen, I put on my petty hat for a minute. Have you found your phone rings less when you don't always say yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't it?
But still, certain people do call, and I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I told you at the beginning of the year, no.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sticking with that because, look, when things come through for me, I'm going straight to the store, and I'm getting my shoes up for the summer.
I love it. I love it.
I already done got 3 new pairs, so they got to come right this summer. I'm gonna be right every summer.
Come on here. Listen, look, as the people say, look at you. Look at you, look at how you're looking good.
Mm-hmm.
But
They better know it.
that's what life is about. I mean, if you really think about it, yes, service to others is important, but not to the detriment of us. And I think that's the difference is,
Right.
people pleasers will give you like on their deathbed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we just don't have to do that. And so that's
Yeah,
an
and
important piece.
I'm stopping it. I would neglect myself to help somebody else, but I'm not going to do that no more.
Yep. So when it comes to stress, and thank you so much for your call. I appreciate you. Keep listening. Keep sharing.
And another thing that I'm doing to help somebody else this Valentine, I have a nephew. He had a newborn baby. I'm letting him and his girlfriend go out, and I'm keeping the baby.
Look. Now give him some rules. Look, tell him about this. This next Valentine's Day, you're not keeping two
I'm
babies.
keeping him for the whole weekend. I'm keeping them for the whole weekend.
Some of that is for you too, because I get the impression that you might maybe want to do that for you.
Oh, the baby.
Because see, when they kids got older, they didn't really get to know me. But this newborn, he's gonna know who his auntie is. They know me, but they never stayed with me.
Right.
So now that he's only 10 months, I'm getting to, and this is his first son. So I got to spoil him.
So you know what, Ebony?
What?
I get the impression that Angela probably wasn't such a nice auntie.
No, but you know what? Angela was a nice TT.
You leave Angela alone.
I mean, she done got soft now, though.
Debo, I know you ain't talking.
Get him,
Angela. You
Angela.
ain't talking.
Get him.
And I'll pick up with you.
Yeah, but I'm not. It's not a bad thing.
I know you ain't talking.
What I'm saying is in our older age, we tend to like babies around, and as long as they aren't babies, because I don't like once they get past a certain point, I don't want to deal with them.
Even when my nieces and nephews were getting older, I'm that one.
Yeah,
I get
I'm
it.
that auntie.
You're taking it out of context, though.
I get it.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I know what you're saying, Debo. I know what you're saying, but I'm that auntie though. I'm the one that they love. They be like, I'm calling my Titi, and they respect me to the full because I don't play that Angie stuff. I be like, who?
See that?
I think that's Auntie Angie to y'all. Y'all know the business.
Me.
Well, I think
they got to call me Auntie Angie.
I will say thank you for listening, Angela. We appreciate you.
Sometimes and people, don't go there. I hear you in the background right out from
no, we done cut their mics, Angela. Don't worry about it.
I didn't say that.
Don't worry about it.
No, not you right out. No, not you. I'm saying you telling me to get Debo because Debo overstepping his bounds.
That's right.
I did.
That's right. Get him.
Well, look, I'll get him in the commercial break. I got you. I got your back.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Right. You're listening to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Center. It's not just a show. This is a movement. I'm EBONY SsALI, your host, and we will be right back.
Passing of a loved one is emotional enough without adding the stress of funeral arrangements. By pre-planning, you receive the desires of your heart while taking away the burden from your family. It also saves you money, providing the dignity and respect your memory deserves. And there are times when life ends unexpectedly. Please know that the New Pitts Mortuary is here to lend a helping, caring hand anytime, day or night. We are the New Pitts
Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Center. Not just a show, this is a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness, keeping your heart pumping with positivity. Listen, on this day of love, I got one of my favorite humans. I just love her so very much. She is a light. She is effervescent. That's how I would describe you. You're just like bubbly, but like full of love, right? So I would like to present a fantastic podiatrist, woman of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and just one of my favorite people, Dr. Settle Robinson. Welcome back to Community Heartbeat. So tell Milwaukee just a little bit about you if they don't already know.
Well, I am a podiatrist of more than 40 years, graduating from the California College of Podiatric Medicine. Okay. And I was the only Black student in my class. So I guess you can see everybody was kind of confused. But that's okay. They understood by the time I graduated.
Yes. What inspired your love for medicine? Like what you wake up one day and said, medicine?
Now, this is going to sound weird, and this is a little bit before most people's time. But when I was 5 years old, I used to watch this guy on television. It was a sitcom, and it was Ben Casey. Ben Casey was a surgeon. And my little 5-year-old eyes looked at him and said, I want to be a surgeon one day. And so I grew up thinking that's what I wanted to do with my life. And it wasn't until I got a little bit older that I realized that the way of the world was not welcoming to women or to Black folks. And so I had 2 hits against me into the world of surgery. But my Heavenly Father carried me right through my dreams and wishes and made them come true in the podiatry profession. It was when I was in high school, because I was taking college classes while I was in high school.
Come on,
so that I could hurry up and get qualified to go the distance. And so I finished 21 units of college work by the time I graduated from high school. And during that time,
before high school,
before
you
I graduated
had the college
from high
credits.
School. Yeah, I started taking college credits right after my junior year of high school. And I was scared to death to be going to school with all these grown folks. Because in my mind, I was this little high school girl, and these were grown folks with their heads on straight. They knew where they were going and what they were doing. And I had to get up extra early to keep up with them. So I'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start studying just so that I could keep pace with these grown folks. It didn't dawn on me until later that they were just 1 year older than me at that time. And they really didn't have their heads on straight. And they didn't know where they were going or what they were doing. And all I had really done was outstudy them. So I learned early on, don't let anybody outstudy you. Okay. And so I ended up getting accepted into the top registered nurses training program in California. Anywhere you go in California, if you say you're a county grad, they know immediately that you graduated from LA County USC Medical Center School of Nursing, which is where I got my RN license by the time I was 20 years old.
See, listen, I talk a lot on this show about hypocrisy. One thing I absolutely love, credentials. You know your stuff. This isn't something you heard about. This is, this stuff. So I think if I get on a rant about folks saying something they're doing, you came in with an idea. I call that resilience. I love it. It's resilience. You said, I'm going to study medicine. I am not too young. So for the folks that are out there, I want to go after my dreams. I'm too young or too old. You even though that could have been an intimidating space, right? To come in as a younger, even 1 year at that age feels like an eternity. So you came in, you got your credentials. And then what was the next step to podiatric medicine?
Well, actually, it was a college counselor while I was in high school who looked at my initial success and said to me, and this was so affirming, considering so many people were telling me that I would never be a doctor. She said, I know you're going to be a doctor. And she said, you should think about going into podiatry. There's such a tremendous need for foot doctors, especially Black foot doctors. And in podiatry, I found that there was an organization of Black podiatrists, and their motto was too few Black hands, too many Black feet. And that captured my imagination.
You stay dropping knowledge in here. Let me get my pen. If you're watching on YouTube, do what I'm doing. Go get you a notebook. Go get you a piece of paper, a pen. Too few
Black hands and too many Black feet. You know, I was very much aware of the fact that the world was not welcoming for Black doctors. And that there are many obstacles in the way. So get ready for your next sage line.
I got it. Okay.
And this is for everybody that thinks they're too young, too old, too whatever. Obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off the goal. So keep your eyes focused on where you're going. All the rest of that stuff will pass you by in your journey. You just keep focused and keep going.
Listen, I'm gonna have to put all these up on our social media. I knew we would get fed today. I knew that our spirits would get fed because she's that type of person. But those gems, you can't even pay for those gems. We talked a little bit in the first hours. We're talking about things we love and that family and that community. Was your family supportive of med school?
Yes.
Okay.
And my hesitation is because my mother actually passed away when I was only 14 years old. I was the oldest at home, and her last words to me before she passed away was take care of the kids.
Wow.
And at 14, I just said, Mama, you know I will.
Yeah.
But, you know, when I stopped to think about it, who was I at 14 that I could take on a role like that? So as I matured, I took on the idea that if I set the example, because I had two brothers younger than me, and I said, I'm a girl, and if I can do this, you don't have an excuse. You're a man. This is a man's world.
Get on up and make it
so
happen.
get on up and do it. Yes. I had a lot of family challenges. Let's put it that way. I was actually put out of the house when I was 15 years old. So just a year after my mother passed away. So from that point on, I lived with people that were no blood relatives, but they were my God-given relatives that looked out for me and took care of me. And I'm grateful for every one of them.
And that, I think that speaks to a level of community that, again, now we talked in the first hour about there are different ways to show love, right? Like providing a meal to someone that you know hasn't eaten is an act of love.
Yes.
Taking in somebody to provide them guidance when you know that that's what they're lacking, that's love.
Yes.
So it might not be, oh, I got a Valentine balloon, but man, that love runs deeper, right?
Yes.
To take and support. Thank you for sharing that. And I wanted to have that out there because I think sometimes obstacles that we face feel so daunting and feel so overwhelming, and I can't press my way through. And we all have them. They're just different. Right.
Yes.
We struggle in a different way. I tell my daughter often, never look at someone else and say, oh, I wish I had their life, because we all have hard. It's just a different hard. Right.
Yeah.
In some obstacles you choose, so you can choose your hard. Right. I know it takes a lot to be a Black female person in medicine, and then pressing your way at a time when it was like, no, not only will you not do this because you're a woman, but a Black woman too. Nah, we're not having it. And we've seen some of those systems play out, but you persevered.
Yeah. I remember my first day on my surgery rotation in podiatry school, and I had just reached the point that I had been searching the pinnacle. And so I stood in the front of all of my classmates, and waited for the professor to speak. And I was waiting for him to say, "Good morning. I'm Dr. So-and-so. This is the first day of your surgery rotation. And this is how it's going to." Do you know the first words out of that man's mouth? He pointed to me.
Oh, Lord.
And said, "You will never be a surgeon. You can't even suture." So if my classmates had any confusion about whether or not I was Black looking at
they
me,
got it.
Oh, they saw my sister neck come out on me that day. I was like, "What you say?" I said, "Don't you know what I got the award for when I graduated from high school?"
Wow.
I said, "It was for sewing. I can suture circles all around you."
I gotta I can suture circles around you. Listen, and that, I mean, it speaks to the having to be twice as good. It speaks to that. I too, in my marketing journey, I knew marketing was going to be the thing I did from a very young person. And I competed in high school, marketing club, where you compete against different schools. Then you go to the regional, you go to the national level, go to the international level. And I competed, but I had a teacher at the time, and he was very hard. He was strict. He was like, "You're going to rehearse this thing until you know it." I didn't understand that. It was kind of like, if I can give an example, it's like the Beyonce mentality. You rehearse not until you get it right, until you can't get it wrong. Right? You rehearse so much, you can't get it wrong. It's ingrained.
I love that.
But he came in one day. He said, "You know what? Because I'm tired. I don't want to do this. This is dumb. I can do this in my sleep." He said, "Look, you're a girl." And that too, that sister name, it's something about that just activates I'm like, yeah, I am. "And you're Black?" And I am. I'm like, "I'm gonna have to fight this teacher today, and I don't want to." He said, "And you put some education behind you, and you can do anything you want to do." So it's those people that spark that in your journey. And I kind of feel like God puts them right when you need them, like right when you're ready to give up, and they're like, "Not today." So I hope you heard the person that said, "You're going to be a doctor."
Yes.
Did you hear that over and over in your mind?
If I had $1 for every time somebody said, "You'll never be a doctor, you're not doctor material," and all that kind of stuff, I'd have been rich off of naysayers.
Listen.
But my mama's message to me as a little girl, she said, "Baby, you're a Black girl. You're going to have to be twice as good to get half the credit."
So now how does it feel to be one of Milwaukee's favorite doctors? I'm going to say Milwaukee, but I kind of feel the state, because we're going to talk about your awards you won in the state. And I just feel like, even on a national level, you're everybody's favorite. So how does that feel to you personally and professionally, to know when you started, you had the naysayers, and now you are that doctor? How does that feel?
Well, I thank my Heavenly Father every day, because all I really wanted to do is honor my mother's wishes and honor my Father in heaven, because he brought me through all of those obstacles. So I'm grateful to him.
You are I like to call her living legend. She's like, "Stop." I'm like, I would like to speak to living legend, Dr. Renee Soto Robinson. She's joining us here today, podiatrist at Outreach Community Health Center. So let's get into these feet, right? You made the connection for me that feet and heart go together. And you gave me some aha moments just in our conversations, because a lot of people don't think, okay, it's heart health, you got to eat right, you got to exercise, check your blood pressure, but your feet matter just as much, right?
Yes. I oftentimes tell my patients that if your doctor looks in your eyes, your ears, your nose, your throat, listen to your heart and lungs, but they don't look at your feet, get you another doctor.
Okay, so how are the feet connected?
Feet are farther from your heart than any other part of your body.
Okay.
And it's the first part of the body to be affected. So as an old foot doctor put it to me when I was early in my training, he says, "People die from the feet up."
But let me write that down too. Okay. Talk to us. Teach us in here today. Okay. How is that the case?
How is that the case? Because the blood vessels coming off the heart are smaller and smaller and smaller the further away from the heart they get. And the tiniest ones are in the feet, and the tiniest ones in the feet go to the skin and go to the nerves. So you look for whether or not there's hair growing on the toes as a sign of good blood flow. You can also pinch the skin until it blanches, let it go and look and see if the color comes back. If the color comes back, you got good blood flow.
She blew my mind with this last time. Right out. This is what you really want. Debo, you got your notebook? This is the cheat code. Get you a woman with a little bit of hair on the toes. Dr. Sutter Robinson said, listen.
Well, I got news for
just
you.
Just a little bit of hair on it. But why? Because
well,
it's
let me
good
tell you
flow.
This. I wrote an article for one of your former bosses, Mr. Matthew Johnson. And he said he was putting together a magazine for women 40 years old and older.
Yes.
And so, tongue in cheek, when he asked me to write an article for him, I told him, I wrote an article that said, ladies, it's all in the feet.
Look.
If you find yourself 40 years or older and you're considering somebody to make your life partner, before you say I do, offer to rub their feet, because nobody's going to turn that down.
Listen, and then you just do the inspection.
Yes,
you do the inspection on the feet.
I told him, look for that hair on the toes.
Just a little bit, just a little. Now listen, you can shave it off afterwards, but you need to make sure that it's growing. A little bit of hair.
I told him where to check the pulses. You know, when you check your pulse on your wrist, you go on the thumb side, just on the inside of your wrist. And press with your index finger, not your thumb, and you can feel your pulse, right?
How do I check on the feet?
It's right on the top of the foot, but close to the medial side, which is the big toe side, right in the middle of the top of the foot. You put your fingers right there
and see if
and you can feel it. And right behind the ankle bone, you kind of like press in and forward, and you can usually feel that posterior tibial pulse right there.
So you heard it here. This is medical information. Tonight, ladies, get that foot rub. It's really to check that you're healthy.
Because if you don't have good blood flow to your feet, there's other places where you don't have good blood flow.
Yeah, and you want good blood flow everywhere.
Yes, you do.
I pick up what you're laying down. I'm picking up what you're laying down. So it starts with the feet. Make sure you schedule a foot rub. Whatever you're doing today, just put that in. And that's medical advice from Dr. Renee Sutter Robinson. She said, check the pulse in the feet. But what else, shows health through the feet? So we got the pulse. We got a little bit of hair. What am I checking for? Corns? Am I checking for calluses? What else am I checking for?
You can be looking for all of those things, but everybody has their own unique footprint.
Okay.
So they may have calluses. They may not have calluses. They may have good looking toenails. They may not have good looking toenails.
Now, Doc, let me say, my husband loves to run. He's a runner. He loves to run.
Runners have their own.
Runners have some very special toenail situations. I'm like, sir. So sorry, babe. I'm gonna share this real quick. The toe. He had a toe that didn't make it through one of his long runs.
Yeah.
And the toenail,
they call them runner's toes.
Yeah, they just the toenail decided to peace out, and I was like, please don't.
Isn't that gross?
Don't put that on me, right? And it took a while for it to heal. It did heal.
Yeah.
But for people who love sports, love running, love things that might cause friction, they love their heels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Them too tight. And listen, shout out to Payless. I miss you, because it was good for like a quick, you need a pair of shoes, but a low quality shoe.
Yeah.
So now, while we're talking about shoes, let me take it to another level. You will never hear a woman say, I wear size 36.
Okay.
Bra.
Okay.
They'll always say, I wear size 36 and a letter.
Right.
B, C,
right.
D, whatever it is.
Right.
Your shoe size has not just a number, and too many people are oriented just to the number. It has a number and a letter.
Really?
And the letter runs A, B, C, D, E, and it goes all the way down to 5 A's.
Okay.
A is narrow, so 5 A's would be extra, 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 extra narrow.
Okay.
And it goes all the way up to 5 E's for extra, 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 extra wide.
Oh, I never knew
No,
that.
because you're going to learn something on the community heartbeat. Okay.
So I have a question. Hold on one second, people. I'm going to let you get in. So how do you, because I know it was a period of time when I was playing sports that I was dealing with athlete's foot. So how do you avoid athlete's foot?
So that's a whole nother thing from the size of the shoe. Let me finish that up first. Okay. The size of the shoe is based on the length of your foot, which is the number.
Okay.
The letter is the width of your foot.
Okay.
And you need to know that the shape of your foot when you're not standing is not as long and wide as your foot will be when you are standing. And your shoes should fit the shape of your foot while you are standing. Because I had a couple patients tell me, oh, the shoes fit fine in the shoe store, but when I got home, they were too tight.
But because
they never stood up in them.
There
you go. And they never used the Brannock device which is available at Stands Fit for Your Feet.
Okay.
On Silver Spring, right off of Port Washington Road. They have something called a Brannock device, BRANNOCK. It looks like Raisin Bran.
Okay.
And then like knock on the door without that first K, NOCK. BRANNOCK. You stand on that and it'll give you the number for the length of your foot and it'll give you the letter for the width of your foot. And if you don't know the number and letter of your shoe size, you need to go there and learn that, because some people have challenges with the width of their foot. And so they're adjusting the length size to adjust for that width. Whereas in reality, they need a shoe that's wide enough
Dr.
for
Robinson,
their foot, not just long enough.
What you got, Debo?
So as a former shoe salesman, anytime someone would come in, we would have the, little shoe measuring thing, and you always ask them to stand. Now that most folks want to sit down. No, I need you to stand up. Then there's a side piece where you get the width, you get the length. And that, you don't see it as much as you used to, but certainly those were the things that that I always utilized to try to make sure that I was servicing the customer and giving them that best customer service, because they need to know, as the doctor has stated, width is certainly key, because there are certain shoes, the length might be perfect for you, but it's still a little tight because of the width. And that shoe may run narrow versus, so that changes what size you may have to get.
And that explains why, because I remember going to the store with my mother when we was younger. They're how you try on the shoe, but then they'll just touch the top of the shoe and be like, oh, you can fit it. So you got room to grow into it.
Right.
That's not it.
So you be wearing these shoes and you wobbling like, my feet hurt. Well, you got room in the shoes. Well, now it all makes sense.
It's long enough, but not wide.
It's not wide enough.
Makes sense.
And now I'll take it back to the calluses and everything else. Sometimes the presentation of the feet will be altered because of poor shoe fit. And so there was one guy, I had to tell him, if you don't go and get the right size shoes, there's nothing I can do for you. Because I had him stand on a piece of paper and, I just took the pen and drew around his foot and then took his shoe to see would it cover that image on the paper. It would not. I said, what size shoes do you wear? And he told me 12D. And I said, why? He said, because that's the largest size the store carries. And Macy's and other department stores, they stop at 12D. You have to go to Stands Fit for Your Feet and other stores that will give you the right size shoes. He went and had his feet sized and found out he was supposed to be wearing size 14 triple E.
Oh, so he was suffering.
My God.
That's the widest
and
you
the
can
bad
get.
part about it, he was a diabetic and he had already suffered a significant amount of nerve damage. Like I was talking about hair growing on the toes. Well, think about that in terms of the nerves.
Is that a part of neuropathy?
His nerve damage, that is diabetic neuropathy. Yes. And so he couldn't feel that his feet were fitting into shoes too small. Remember Richard Pryor used to say, if you want somebody to confess, put them in shoes too small. But the problem is if they have neuropathy, they don't even know they're in shoes too small. And he was the one I had to say, if you don't get the right size shoes, there's nothing I can do for you.
So now you put another, as we're getting our cholesterol check, we're getting screening, get over the Stands and get your foot measured, because I can't even, that's two sizes. Too small, and then it's too tight.
And then the width.
Yes, it's too tight.
Yes.
My goodness. I will say this.
And if you squeeze your hand together,
right,
that's exactly where his problems were right there and right there.
Yeah.
Because your feet do kind of like your hands. When you squeeze them together, these two become prominent, these others move out the way.
So how do they make an appointment with you? 414-727-6320. Now y'all see 414-727-6320. You see why she's living legend. This is her thing. And I will tell you, for me, I love people who are passionate about what they do. You cannot teach that. You cannot train for that. She is passionate and she knows her stuff. So she got the credentials. She's resilient. And she's going to tell you exactly what you need to know so that your feet stay healthy.
I fuss like I'm your mama.
Yeah, I actually really do need to come see you because I had surgery on my ankle. It's been almost 2 years ago, and I've been having issues with, like, when I sit down too long, my feet are getting numb.
You better come on and make that appointment.
Like, I've been trying to figure it out, like what's going on. So it's been happening to me a lot.
Yeah.
So
make
I'll
that.
Be happy to take care of
that
it.
appointment.
I just want your number down.
Now
I'm gonna tell you what she's gonna tell you.
I'm gonna yell at you first about getting a vaccination before you go on up to see her. I'm gonna say, now look now, but no.
Hey, Ebony,
what you got, Debo?
I'm gonna pre-diagnose him before he gets to Dr. Sutter.
Okay. Because Dr. Debo, what you got?
There you go.
Dr. Debo.
He got hammer toe.
Oh, Lord. But
is it hammer time? That was another article I wrote for Mr. Johnson.
See? Okay,
Hammer
shout out
time.
to Matt Johnson. You heard Matt on the show when we talked about the runners. So maybe there's a collaboration there. He hosts a run every year. And so we know runner's toe is a mess. And we know that those cords and calluses are a mess. That's why I love my Converse. I made that a part of my brand because I was like, look, struggling in those heels is not a game.
But Ebony, let me say this. Ebony, I just want to interject this.
Yeah, what you got?
Quickly.
It looks like it says the spice clove, but it's actually the letter C with the line over the top of it. That's the abbreviation in medicine for the word with. So that's actually
we're gonna get into these shoes because that's the fit. But before we go, Debo, what you got? You had something you wanted to share.
I was just wondering because when you mentioned certain shoes like Converse, for instance, I know for me as a former shoe salesman and a person who kind of suffers with it, you when you don't have that instep, some of those shoes that don't support that instep and don't give you that. That's a whole nother thing. I'm sure that the doctor could get into that because you got to have support in there, man.
So orthotics, we're going to talk about orthotics in the shoes, what kind of shoes. And I want to talk fish pedicures. Y'all remember when the fish pedicure was, you put your feet in and then little fish come and eat it. We going to talk about all of that. Right. And I'm like, nah, y'all know. Okay, we're going to talk about the fish pedicure. All things feet. We have the illustrious living legend, Dr. Renee Soto Robinson. She is a doctor of podiatry at Outreach Community Health Centers, and she is a community staple. She is that doctor. So get on her roster, 414-727-6320. When we come back, we'll talk shoe wear, insteps, orthotics, and fish pedicures. You're listening to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. Not just a show, this is a movement. We are talking feet and heart health, loving on your feet. How you take care of your feet shows up in your heart. We have a caller, so greetings and thank you so much for holding on. Welcome to Community Heartbeat.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. I was calling to see if the doctor's accepting new patient as of now.
Absolutely. I look forward to taking care of you as soon as you can get scheduled.
So 414-727-6320.
I got the number.
Okay.
And another thing, do you take I'm a Humana insurance?
We take all insurance and we take people with no insurance because we have staff at Outreach whose job it is to see to it that you get insurance of some kind. There's some kind of safety net out there for you. So nobody gets turned away from Outreach Community Health Center, which is why I am so in love with Outreach.
Yes, same. So
When they had the health fair up there this summer,
yes,
I got a card from Outreach to come to a podiatrist, but I don't know if it's you or not.
Well, if you come see a podiatrist at Outreach, it's me, baby.
Well, then if you would have talked to.
We thought Master of Feet might be overdoing it a little bit, so we call her beloved doctor. But she really, like I said, she cares to a level that you just don't see. If I'm keeping it real, you don't see that. So we love that she's there and she's ready for you. That's not game. She is going to be ready when you show up.
Every morning on my way to work, I pray and thank my Heavenly Father for my credentials, for my job, for blessing my hands to do this kind of work. And I ask Him to bless my heart and my mind and my judgment. And I ask Him to bring me His angels to work on. And I promised my Heavenly Father I would work on each one like I'm working on Him.
You feel y'all feel that this morning? Okay.
Well, I tell you what, I'll be calling you when you hear the name Verna Thornton. That will be me.
Right, Verna, we will be looking for you. Thank you so much for calling this morning and continue to listen and support. And we hope to see you August 9th is the health fair for this year. So come on out and have some family fun with us.
And I will be there too, Miss Verna.
Most likely I'll be there.
All right, we'll see you then.
Guys, take care. Be blessed.
You too. We've got another caller. Greetings. Welcome to Community Heartbeat.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And God bless the doctor.
Thank you.
I have a question. I had back surgery about 5 years ago, and they left a bone on my thigh hip bone. It's where now I have pain in my foot. I limp. I can't walk straight, and it's so painful. And I just wanted to know if it was something that I can do to make the pain go away. It's so bad.
Ma'am, I hear how bad it hurts. I always tell people I can't feel your pain for you. But when I hear you just describe it, I can feel that that's really, really bad. So
it's every day. It's not one day. It's every day of my life.
Yes.
And it's so painful. And I'm tired of hurting. They give me pain pills. I'm tired of pills. Pills don't help the pain.
Right. So let me ask, have you done a consultation for potential surgery?
I've had surgery. They took the bone off my nerve.
Okay.
The nerve has been broken, or it's something injured in the nerve that goes down to my foot.
Okay.
And it's just painful every day of my life.
Okay. Verna, look, this is
so
not Verna.
I may need to give her a referral to a particular type of doctor who can place electrodes in her spine that will allow those nerves to be directly electrically responsive to eliminate pain. there is such technology available now.
So can we place you on hold and get your information
Yes,
so that
ma'am.
we can connect
Yes,
you and the
ma'am.
doctor offline? Because you can hear it. You can hear it. And we take care of each other.
Yes,
that
we do.
if we have no other mandate for these next couple of years, is to take care of each other. So we're gonna put you on hold. We're gonna get your information from you, and we're gonna make sure we make that connection. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
All right. And you keep us posted.
ma'am.
So you check
Thank
back
you. Y'all
in,
keep praying for me.
and we
'Cause
will.
I'm ready to give up.
Nope, not on our watch. Not on our
And
watch.
it's Valentine's
We got
Day
you.
So
too.
bad.
And you know what? Again, I mentioned in this show that God will put people right in place for you when
Yes,
you need
ma'am.
them.
Amen.
You were
Yes,
meant to
ma'am.
call this show this morning. You were meant to
Yes,
hear
ma'am.
her voice. And when I
Yes.
tell you her spirit, she got you.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
So we're gonna
Thank
put
you
you on
so
hold. We're gonna
much.
get your information.
Thank you.
And that's gonna be a testimony. We're gonna come back and circle back to that. So we appreciate that. Is why we do this show. When I pitched this, I pitched this idea to our leadership, and it was, what do we want the community to know that they might not usually know? That's the purpose of this show.
Yes.
That right there made it worth it.
Amen.
That made it worth it.
Amen.
We do have another caller. Right Out is getting information from the one caller, so we'll keep them on hold. Oh no, we've got him here. Greetings
Good
and
morning.
good morning. Welcome to Community
morning.
Heartbeat.
Is it Ebony?
It is. Good morning
And-
to you.
and
And Dr.
Dr.
Sutter
Renee.
Robinson.
Is it Dr. Renee?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm just calling because I heard you in December talk about the podiatry, and I booked my husband an appointment, and we are so looking forward to it. It's in March, so that's how long we had to wait, but I'm just glad to see her in person on YouTube.
Yes.
He was complaining about his toenail hurting and would run to the Oriental shops to get a cut. And I'm like, something's not right. So let me get you with a professional doctor. Now, he may be a case study, Dr. Renee, because he's a size 16 shoe with thick old nails and all that, but he's a good man. And my question is, what can we expect with our initial visit? Because I plan on coming as well, just for support for him.
Well, your first visit involves setting up your chart and doing the history and the physical, figuring out exactly what you have wrong and exactly what you're going to need. And at that point, I give you orders to go get x-rays of your feet. And that completes the full initial evaluation. So if there's something that needs to be done, thank you for that. If there's something that needs to be done to corns, calluses, toenails, and stuff like that, that is reserved for your second visit. So that's what you can expect.
Okay, so you're not bringing out the chainsaw for the first visit?
The jackhammers.
Not on the first visit, but we keep it close by.
Now, it doesn't help that my first name is Renee and my nickname is Nene. So Shanae is not.
You go to work on those feet. Well, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for calling. Y'all are lit on these feet. Okay, so we got a little bit of time left. So give me a yes or no, because these are some common things people do during the Valentine holiday. They want to get right. They want to have themselves together. Give me a good idea, bad idea, yes or no. The pedicure with the fish. Yes or no?
God, please no.
And why? Just give me a quick why not.
Okay, why not?
I mean, I think it's disgusting, but I know people do it.
You know, Steve Colbert asked what is the most horrible animal on the planet. And for me, it's piranha.
Yeah. Just nibbling at
and so the idea of somebody paying someone to stick their feet in some water with some fish that's going to be chewing on you. That's a hell to the no for me.
Not going to happen. Not gonna happen. So fish pedicures from the foot doctor, it's a no-go. I did pull up just a couple facts and figures. They're not even the correct fish in America. They're using the wrong ones. These fish can grow teeth, draw blood. That's disgusting. So no on the fish pedicure. Staying with the pedicure, the new thing now is they take the cheese grater and they want to rub that on your feet. I always say no. my feet are not cheese, and I see what a cheese grater does to the cheese, right? Why would I want you to do that with a part of my body? Pedicures with the cheese grater, Doc. Is that a yes or a no? Because, and then they get mad at me, like, no, thank you. Well, why not? This is good for feet. No.
Exactly.
No. Okay.
Exactly.
What can I use to get some of the dead skin off my feet?
You can go and see your podiatrist.
Boom.
And get that taken care of properly.
Okay.
In the right kind of environment, under the right kind of circumstances, where all of your instruments are sterilized.
She is appalled. She is like, now who told them to go get a cheese? She is appalled. I want to get to the athlete's foot because that was the question.
Yeah.
What is athlete's foot and how do I get rid of it?
Athlete's foot is a fungus infection of the skin.
Okay.
Fungus can affect the skin of the feet.
Okay.
And athlete's foot is kind of like a everyday person type name for fungus infection of the skin, which would be called tinea pedis medically.
Okay.
But fungus can also affect the nails of the feet.
Okay.
And we call it onychomycosis, but everybody else just calls it
oh, nasty feet. No. Okay, so where does it come from? Because I've heard, like, you know, when you're in gym class or you play sports and you got the basketball team, you got to wear the flip flops. So they were saying, you know, just it lives on surfaces. How do you get it?
Okay, so fungus loves your dead skin.
Okay.
And we have 10,000 dead skin cells that come off of our bodies on a daily basis, which is why we bathe on a daily basis. Those dead skin cells are what makes the ring around the tub that we have to scrub. And so often, even after you do a good job of bathing and you're drying off, you're still seeing dead skin cells coming off. So that's kind of like a constant for normal human bodies.
Okay.
So now you put your foot into a shoe, and every time you take a step, there's a certain amount of movement inside the shoe against your foot. So there's a little bit of a shearing force. So some of that dead skin cells will come off in the shoes, and it will get into the shoes and collect in the shoes, which is why I tell people you need to clean out the inside of your shoes regularly. It's not enough to say, well, I only wore my socks one time.
I let them air out.
Washed them.
I let them air out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had one guy that told me his mother never told him to clean out the inside of his shoes, as if to say that wasn't a real thing. Right. And so, you know, I can't tell you what I thought about maybe his mama's feet, probably that too. But I just said, Mr. So-and-so, so how do you take care of your shoes? And he says, well, I set them in the corner at night and let them air dry overnight and put them on the next day. He said, isn't that what everybody else does? And I said, well, what would happen if you did your drawers like that? Just hang them up, let them air dry overnight. They dry the next day. Just put them back on. And after so many days of doing that without washing them,
go on and see how I look outside.
Guess what kind of jacket you're going to get behind that? And I don't care what kind of medicine they use. If you don't wash those drawers, just like if you don't,
that's a quote. I'm putting that on there.
The
wash
insides
your
of your shoes. That fungus is not going anywhere. I don't care if you have the most expensive, most fabulous anti-fungus medicine on the planet. If you don't clean out the inside of those shoes, it's like stepping out of a pile of dirt, taking the time to get every bit of dirt off of your feet, and then put your feet right back into that
How
pile
often
of
should
dirt.
I clean the shoes? How often should I?
At least once a week.
Okay. And it just with soap and water, or you gonna hit me with that little bit of bleach, little bit of solution?
Okay,
how should I
so
do that?
now I give these instructions to every patient that's been to my office. But I'll tell you that if you have shoes that have removable insoles, take those removable insoles out and wash them with bleach and detergent in the washing machine. When they come out the washing machine, let them air dry, because most of the time there's a certain amount of rubber products that may distort in the dryer. So you don't want to put them in the dryer. Same thing with your shoes, particularly if the majority of your shoes are made of cloth.
Okay.
You can wash them in the washing machine, let them air dry.
Okay.
But if you have the kind of shoes that you cannot put in the washing machine, then you want to make a solution of bleach water. 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Put some gloves on your hands so that the bleach water doesn't interfere with the
skin
health
barrier
of the skin on your hands. Dip a clean rag into that bleach water, wring it dry, and use that to wipe out the inside of your shoes, especially down there where your toes live. Because think about it. The American Heart Association tells you to be heart healthy, you need to walk 10,000 steps a day, right? So when you study physics and they talk about forward momentum, every step that you're taking, you're slinging everything in your shoes down to the front end where your toes live. So if you ever wonder how is it that their toes start looking crazy before the skin starts looking crazy on their feet, it's because everything is being slung down there where their feet live. I mean, where their toes live.
So we got to clean the shoes.
People look at the heel part of their shoes and say, well, my shoes are clean. What she's talking about. They did not check down there where their toes live. Their toenails have already told the story.
Right.
But if you run a rag down there and wipe out the toe area of your shoes, you'll see exactly why your toenails look crazy.
So I got one last question for you.
Yes.
So is it true that soaking your feet in apple cider vinegar, it would get rid of the foot fungus and dead skin?
Apple cider vinegar is excellent.
Okay.
It's an excellent choice. As a matter of fact, I remember one day I was working on somebody's toenails and I was smoothing them and the fragrance hit my nose. And I said, you soak your feet in apple cider vinegar? And he looked at me like, how did I know? I said, I can smell.
See?
I can smell. So that takes us into a whole nother level of particulate matter. And I wrote an article for one of our local newspapers about particulate matter matters. So if you want to look that up on the internet, it talks about the fact that all these little particles are in the air. And just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. If you go into a dark room and turn on a bright flashlight, look like a little snowstorm in the air. That's constant. Even when people are smoking and they blow out that smoke, they see the smoke for a moment and then it disappears. Does that mean it's gone? No, it has become a part of your air pollution. And that air pollution plays a role in our health. The communities where we live, it's called environmental injustice. We have the worst air quality in our red-lined Black communities. We don't need to be adding smoking cigarettes on top of it. Oh my God.
Right about it. And this is why we love her. So educated, so credentialed, but understands how all these things are connected. I did want to ask one last thing before we get out of here. Orthotics, yes or no?
Yes.
Should people be getting fitted for orthotics?
Yes. Now there's a difference between prescribed orthotics, which are comparable to prescribed eyeglasses. Some people go to the store and just get them off the shelf and they do pretty good with that. But the best ones are prescribed. And I always tell people what you get for your feet. They can be prescribed, but they're going to run you a couple $100. Or you can go to Stan's Fit for your feet and get them for somewhere between $50 and $80 to go inside your shoes. They do for your feet what eyeglasses do for your eyes. I always tell people I can see without my glasses. I can see a lot better with my glasses. You can walk without those orthotics or insoles, but you can walk a lot better with them.
So you heard it. Dr. Renee Suttle Robinson, Outreach Community Health Centers, Podiatry, 414-727-6320. We do have some links to her articles on our website. She is award-winning for all of her knowledge. You can find some of those articles on our website. Stay engaged, stay tuned, but make sure that you love yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. That's how we bring this all together. Our next show is Friday, February 28th, right here, where we'll be talking to Dr. William Callerwerts from our MCW Family Medicine Residency Program. I want you to make sure you connect with Community Heartbeat Show on Instagram. Follow so you can get those behind the scenes tips. We'll digest what the doc has shared with us and put that on the Instagram page. But we thank you. Do something, spread love today. It's Valentine's Day, y'all. So spread the love. You are listening to Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. Not just a show, This is a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness. I am EBONY SsALI. Thank you, Dr. Renee Soto Robinson.
You're welcome.
We will see you in 2 weeks.